This one comes from Junior T. Thank you, Junior. Where were you when you made TAO of Palm? It feels like Very Deep Feels inspired that one. Yeah. So physically, I started TAO of Palm at my old apartment, and then I picked it up when I was at my artist residency in Toyooka, Japan, last fall. I worked on it a little bit more there, and then I finished it up here again in Toronto in my new home. And just as a reminder, TAO of Palm and Way of the Fist were written together. I made that whole track all as one. Emotionally, well, when I first started the track, I, again, didn't really realize or didn't really know, I wasn't sure that I could use it for this album. Actually, I started off the TAO of Palm section. It was part of a composition challenge that my homie Jonah, who is an incredible musician, incredible music teacher, I was doing some lessons with him just to try and regain some theory and some improvisational and compositional chops again. And so we would do these composition challenges where he would just throw out a brief. Just using those guidelines, I sat down and I was like, okay, so let me pick a tempo, let me pick a key I want to start with, and then let's come up with some chords that kind of go around that, and just played through that. And then when I realized, oh, actually this duality, this like breezy, airy, islandy kind of start that goes into this real hard, like free jazz, 808, like breakdown, oh, that's actually a perfect mirror for the two sections, right? And so TAO of Palm and Way of the Fist, I knew had to be this sort of like, heads and tails of like, this is actually like what I believe about friendship. This is what I care about. This is what I, aspire to, even when I'm not at my best. And then Way of the Fist is sort of the counter to that, which is like, hey, look, I know I just described all these lofty ideals, but don't get it twisted. I'm not a mark, right? Like TAO of Palm talks about, like, that's what it takes. It's all of these beautiful things that are work, and that's what it takes. But if you don't have what it takes, and if you're still trying to be around me and utilize my energy and utilize my giving of what it takes, like, don't for a second think that I don't have words for you too, right? So that's all the places that I was, like, mentally, physically, emotionally, and that's how I arrived at TAO of Palm.